Ever feel like there's someone else driving your brain, especially when you really need to get stuff done? You know the feeling, right? You have a big project, something important, something you actually want to do well on. You make a plan. Maybe you even draw up a schedule. You think, this time I'll be different. I'll start early, chip away at it steadily, be totally reasonable. That's the plan anyway, but then, well, life happens. Or rather, something else happens inside your head. Instead of that steady progress, your work pattern looks more like nothing, then a little bit of frantic panic, followed by maybe more nothing. And then suddenly it's the night before and you're pulling an all-nighter fueled by caffeine and regret, somehow slamming out weeks worth of work in hours. Sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. It turns out there's a fascinating battle going on in the minds of people who put things off. Imagine your brain has two main players at the wheel. First, there's the rational decision maker. This is the part of you that understands the future, sees the big picture, makes logical plans, and genuinely wants you to do what makes sense long-term. This is the part that makes the schedule and buys the healthy groceries. But then there's the other guy. Let's call him the instant gratification monkey. This monkey lives entirely in the present moment. He has zero memory of the past, zero concept of the future. All he cares about, his entire operating system, is based on two things: easy and fun, right now. And the second the rational decision maker suggests doing something hard or unpleasant, even if it's important, the monkey grabs the steering wheel and says, nope. Let's check social media, let's watch random videos. Let's suddenly get really curious about obscure historical scandals. Let's open the fridge again, just in case something amazing materialized in the last 5 minutes. The monkey isn't evil. In a simpler world, like for an animal, only seeking easy and fun works perfectly. Eat, sleep, play, great success. But we live in a complex civilization. We need to do things that aren't easy or fun in the moment to build a future, achieve goals, and take care of responsibilities. That's where the conflict happens. The rational decision maker wants to do what's sensible, the monkey wants to do what's easy and fun right now, and for procrastinators, the monkey wins. A lot, this leads you to spend time in what we can call the dark playground. It looks like leisure time, you're scrolling, watching things, snacking, but it's not actually fun. Why? Because it's completely unearned. The air in the dark playground is thick with guilt, dread, anxiety, and a creeping self-hatred. You know you should be doing something else, and that knowledge poisons the pleasure. So you're not working, but you're not truly relaxing either. It's the worst of both worlds, so if the monkey is always hijacking the controls and driving you into the dark playground, how does anything ever get done? Ah, well, there's a third character in this drama. The panic monster. The panic monster sleeps most of the time. It's completely dormant until a deadline gets terrifyingly close, or the threat of public embarrassment, career disaster, or some other major negative consequence becomes real and imminent. Suddenly, the panic monster wakes up, freaking out. And here's the key. The panic monster is the only thing the instant gratification monkey is afraid of. When the panic monster starts screaming, the monkey scrambles up the nearest tree, terrified. And finally, the rational decision maker can grab the wheel and get to work. This explains those heroic all-nighters, those impossible sprints to finish just under the wire. The looming consequence activates the panic monster, which scares off the monkey, allowing focused work to happen. It's a crazy, stressful system, but for tasks with deadlines, it often eventually works. But here's where it gets really interesting and maybe a little dark. That whole system, monkey runs wild, panic monster wakes up, work gets done, that only functions when there are deadlines. What about the important things in life that don't have hard deadlines? Think about starting your own business. Or pursuing a creative passion like painting or writing a book. Think about consistently exercising and taking care of your health, or working on your relationships, or even getting out of a bad one. Think about visiting family more often. None of these things typically come with a looming deadline imposed by someone else. There's no final exam date for being healthy or starting your dream project. In these situations, the panic monster often never wakes up. There's no trigger, so the instant gratification monkey can stay in charge indefinitely. The effects of procrastination aren't contained to a stressful week. They can stretch out for years, even a lifetime. This is the long-term, quiet kind of procrastination. It's less visible, less talked about, but it's often the source of deep, persistent unhappiness and regret. It's the feeling of being a spectator in your own life, watching your potential go unrealized not because you failed, but because you never really started, and this leads to a crucial realization. Maybe there are no true non-procrastinators. Maybe everyone has an instant gratification monkey. Perhaps some people are just better at managing it when clear deadlines are involved. But the sneakiest trick the monkey plays is with those long-term, undefined goals, the ones that shape our lives and happiness. Everyone procrastinates on something. Think about this. Imagine your life represented as a grid of boxes where each box is 1 week. For a 90-year life, that's about 4680 boxes. It might sound like a lot, but when you see it visually, especially when you cross off the ones you've already used, it's really not that many. It focuses the mind. Seeing that limited number of weeks highlights the importance of being aware of our own internal monkey. What are the important, non-deadline things that your monkey keeps steering you away from? Recognizing the pattern, the planner, the monkey, the dark playground, and the sometimes absent panic monster is the first step. We all need to stay aware of that internal battle, especially when there are no external deadlines to force our hand. Because looking at that calendar, at those finite boxes, it feels like the job of managing that monkey probably needs to start sooner rather than later. Maybe even today, or sometime soon. What's the biggest thing the monkey keeps you from doing? Let us know below.